Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I've got the laptop, so we're going to be doing some tuning today, and we're going to get rid of that squeaky noise in the back of the fuzz. Stay tuned. Alrighty guys, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button and that post notification bell, and let's get into it. Okay, as you can see, I've got the laptop here, so I'm going to go head into the car, put this on charge, and we're going to flatten off the fuel trim. So it's one air fuel ratio over a certain amount of load, so we can make sure that the MAF is scaled properly. Let's get into the car and I'll show you. Okay, so as you can see on the screen here, this was my little power run that I did last episode where the cooler part popped off. Now at the moment I'm looking at the engine load and the fuel ratio. So we're actually 14.7 and 1.42. I don't want that up. I want that. So 1.42, we're hitting around here, right? Look at the RPM, 27, 28, so 13.5, so 14.7. So what I want to do is, thinking maybe 13 across the board. A little bit rich for just cruising, but I need to get into it a little bit so you get the load up, and I want it to be kind of safe, because if we keep going up, so get up to 1.84 on my graph. So I'm thinking of scaling this differently. What do you guys think? So 1.84 is the max there. We're at 1. I keep pointing to it. Cursor. 1.82. So we're right at the end there. And we are at 11.8. And throttle's at 3100. 3138. So say 32. So we should be at 11.4. We're at 11.83. So might maybe I'll do the whole thing in at 2.5. Sorry, 12.5, and we'll see where our errors are, percentage wise. So it should be able to hit that. So what I'm going to do is go equals 12.5. Sorry, hey, that one didn't go. 12.46. That's idle. It's probably doing that for a safe thing. So we should be seeing 12.46 the whole time. So then we can see the differences in the MAF. I'm going to save this ROM separately as MAF test and see how we go. So it's going to be running a bit rich. I'll save that. So we'll go save as. math test 12.46 and save that. So what I'm going to do is I'll upload that ROM, and then I've got to get into the boot, and I'm going to take all the carpet and polystyrene stuff out so we don't get that horrible squeaking noise in the back, which just ruins all my in-car videos. If you've been watching for a long time, you know. And I've deleted so much footage because of that. Alright guys, just flashed it. So it's got that 12.46 air fuel ratio target in there. So I can unplug the open port, and I need to disconnect the green connectors. Still haven't got a switch. Found my little rocket switch though. I might put it over here. Although I do want to get a green rocket switch. It's the green connectors. Alright, green connectors are disconnected. It's got the open port disconnected too. Now with the boot. So I've already taken that cover off. It has never been connected by the clips here. I think that might be it. I'm going to take that one out. If you didn't know, I used to have a push-pull sub box in the back here with two 12-inch subs, and that's why you can see all this foam and why it's got this yellow here and why this is all yuck here. That was expanding foam. I need to replace that. It's all scratched up from when I used to carry around gym equipment. But I think that might be the culprit. So I'll get that out. Azzy, come here. Azzy the shop dog. What you doing, Stinky? What are you doing? Hey? Alright guys, got that back section out. Did you guys know that it had a little hidey hole? There's no polystyrene on polystyrene anymore, so I might go out like this and see if it squeaks. Alright, so this one here, this is vacuum line for my exhaust for the valve. Looks like I've got some audio stuff here. I don't know what that's for. It's like a power. Got a power in it. Well, there's the power down there. Okay, I'm confused. Did I have a... no. After the car's all done, guys, I've got to get a sound system back into this. It's been many years since having like subs and stuff, a good sound system. So we'll get these seats back, close the doors, and move the cars that are in the driveway and go out and see how we go with this 12.46 ratio test tune. See how our math is. Did you hear that? It's still squeaky. No. I just broke some of my trim. Oh well, had that foam stuff on it anyway, so. was that? Detail. Got it to 1.92, so it's enough to have a look at the map, but first time in a long time that I've got home and no interval pipes popped up. But unfortunately I didn't see what boost for at 7.5. I didn't reset it. 6.5. She sounds good when the exhaust is open though. She sounds good. So engine load we got up to 2.4. That's off my scale. And we got some knock correction of 8.5, which is not good. And we've got a bit of smoky smoke from the engine bay. The 3-inch V-band is leaking. That's why it's smoky. And I think we're just finally getting it up to temp that like the black paint, the heat paint is curing properly and the wrap is burning off, so it should be okay. Yeah, need to sort that 3-inch V-band on the back of the GT35 and yeah. So have a look at my logs. I'll sit here for a little while, turn the engine off, and have a look at it. I don't know what's going on there with the closed loop and open loop. I should have changed it so it was always open loop. Damn it. Okay guys, so I just changed the closed loop to open loop delay. My graph is a little bit different to what I was taught. I changed it all to 0. So it should always be an open loop then. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and reflash the closed loop to open loop delay at 0 into the ECU, and we'll sit here, see how it is. So hopefully we should always be at that 12. Bit of trial and error. This is a little bit different to, like I said, a little bit different to the 4 years newer Rexy that the guy was showing me on my course. So a couple of little things different. I'll work around it though. Alright, that's flashed in now. It's actually pretty quick. I just need to disconnect those green terminals again. Start her up. See if it starts up in open loop. Might be hard to start, but so we go. Wheel out. Second gear. E-log. Cooler pipe popped off, or the exhaust has hit something. Alright guys, GT35, 6.5 overall. 19 psi, and the cooler pipe did not pop off. So that's sweet. You guys are nearly flat, so I've got to charge you. I'll just sit in the car and have a look at the logs, and I'll come back to you when I know what I found. Alrighty guys, been looking around for a little bit, looking at all these logs. We're hitting 16.83 pounds, 67% duty cycle on the injectors. We're getting up there. I haven't seen anything above 16.83, but I also haven't seen it hold 16.83 yet. So I'm probably just freaking out a little bit. But fueling looks good there. The airflow is pretty good. Happy with that. This histogram, I'm not showing you, but it's got all zeros all over it, so except for down here, a bit lower. Yeah, pretty happy with that. So also what I'm thinking of doing is keeping it so it's more open loop all the time. So it's only going to be closed loop when it's at idle, and it's going to be open loop when accelerator's down and it's above, I think it was like 900 RPM, because I'm going to have a lot better control over the fuel. So yeah, I'll leave that on. I'll transfer the original fuel map or fuel table back into that file. I'll leave the open loop to closed loop trigger. So we haven't done tipping, haven't done cranking. Not going to do cranking. ejectors I haven't played with yet. So the closed loop to open loop delay, that's what I'm talking about. Set it all to 0, and yeah, it's just pretty much at idle. That's at that, so I'm happy with that, because then I have a lot better control. Because a closed loop on here, it just runs off compensation, so it has closed loop base fueling target of 14.47, and that's just got compensation, which is, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave that alone because the idle's pretty good, and we'll get into the open loop fueling. So I'm going to transfer the map, the table, sorry. Alright guys, so I just transferred the stock graph back into that file, that ROM that I just had. I'm doing a new one, renaming it primary open loop. So I'm going to be working on the fueling part of it there now. And remembering that I've got the open loop to closed loop, or the closed loop to open loop delay turned off. So I go to open, we have the test one there, and we have primary open loop. Cool. Okay, so we've got the new ROM here, tuned primary open loop, this table, so we go up to 1.84. So this column here continues on forever, as high as it needs to go. And before, at 12.4, 12.5, I was actually pretty happy with where the fueling was. So I'm going to have a little play around here for a little bit, and come back when I've done that. So I'll have the graph open so I can see smoothness of it. Then we'll flash it, we'll take it for a drive and see how it goes. And then it's timing. So trying to get away from hit and knock. So adding more timing, taking timing out in certain spots where it's seeing it to work around it. So yeah. Whew. Alright, and we'll have a play with this, and I'll come back when I've made it better. Okay guys, I've got the new table here that I've just been playing around with. So you gotta remember, we only go up to 1.84 grams revolution, but to do it again, we are way above that. So we've got engine load, so we've gone up to 2.61. So this last column here is going to travel throughout the whole thing. So what I was mentioning, I think it was last episode, it's actually, should I change the grams per revolution at the top so I have more control when I'm above that? Comment down below. This one at the bottom is the stock one. See how rich it is, 10.69. So we're at 11.4 now. And feel the difference in the graphs. A bit more smooth here. Like I said, remember, we're only at 1.84 there. So about 3.5. If we go back to here, down the bottom here, 3.5. We're at 2 engine load, so we're like off the charts already. So we'll back it up a bit. 2.62 at 3,000. So we're around here. So travel pretty much through here and off the charts. Do you think I should rescale it? I can't add more, otherwise it stuffs up everything. But I guess I could rescale it and always just test it. So what, 12.2 is like optimum. So hitting that around 4.5 straight up. I'll play around with it just a little bit more. Then I'll upload the new ROM and I'll take it for a quick drive. Alrighty guys, just gonna reflush this in and we'll go for a drive. Hopefully it's alright. So that real first major change I've done. Yes, I've done the scaling, but I don't see that as a huge change. So here we go. And then in ROM Radar. Not ROM Radar. The logger. I've got RPM, engine load and air fuel sensor. So then we can track even when it goes off the scale where it is. So it's playing around a bit. We might have to rescale that table. I really want you guys to comment down below and give your advice on that. Stupid green connectors. Really need to put that switch in. Just re-flashing at the moment. And done. Yeah, the missus just went out to do the food shop, so I can't take it for a drive. Which is a bit annoying, but that's okay. Food's more important. Alright, so green connectors are disconnected. I'm going to go inside and I'm going to look at the footage of when I was driving, because I just want to hear how the fuzz sounded when the exhaust was open and it was on boost. Alright guys, it's the next day, it's Friday now, and it just came to me. I've realised why I'm only hitting 16.8 or whatever it is PSI. My map sensor has obviously reached its limits. Now I need to get another one then. I'll probably get a 4-bar. I've heard that cob is probably the best to use with the 16-bit ECU that I've got. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. It really help me out. So I need to get one of them before we start hitting boost and tuning properly for timing and fueling and whatnot. Let me know. Alright guys, I'm about to go out for the first run on my new tune with the fueling, my first tune that I've done on the fueling table. We'll see how it runs. Started up perfect like normal. But yeah, so we've been hitting 16 PSI through the ECU, so I believe our map sensor needs to be upgraded, and I've got a 4-bar by Cobb coming, so I'll put that in and calibrate it and should be able to get better boost levels and whatnot. So wait for that to show up. Yeah, just warming up now. I'm going to head out for a little drive. I do still have it primarily in open loop, so we have more control. Let's see how we go. And logging. Nearly got hit by a soccer ball. Still a little bit smoky. It's 24 psi and no popping off. That was crazy. I gotta see the numbers on that. Alrighty guys, that was a little bit crazy. I said I wasn't going to get in it, but I did, and she wants to rip. Yeah, 4-bar map sensor coming, so we'll be able to chuck that in soon. And yeah, there's a lot of things I need to do still. Whew. This is going to be one scary ride. So we're all on wastegate at the moment, and it just hit 24 psi on the gauge. So yeah, I'm gonna go look at the numbers. I'm gonna edit this video, and it felt good. I think my fueling was good, but yeah, I'll go have a look at the numbers. If you like this episode and you're pretty keen on what's coming up, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the post notification bell, and please leave a like on this video, and I'll catch you next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.